friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today I'll be reacting to The Killing Moon by Echo and the Bunnymen. This is my very first time hearing Echo and the Bunnymen. I really just have no idea what I'm getting myself into, but I'm excited to check it out nonetheless. And the title of this track, The Killing Moon, kind of reminds me of like the full moon, werewolves, vampires, the red harvest, blue moon harvest, a bunch of those kind of concepts floating around my brain. So I'm excited to check this one out. A big thank you goes to Frank, whose generous support and request made this reaction possible. And without further ado, let's jump in. It's a very crescent moon in the water. Whoa. Why does it feel like Japanese a bit?
Under blue moon I saw you, so soon you'll take me up in your arms, too late to beg you or cancel it, though I know it must be the killing time.
Oh my god, it's dangerous.
Unwillingly mine. Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin.
There's this like really interesting oscillation in melody from major to minor, and the mix is very, I want to say it's scattered, but I want to keep listening. Maybe I'm just having trouble grasping it.
Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin. He will wait until you give yourself to him.
It's not scattered, it's scaffolded. The way I would describe it is like if we take the singer's voice here as the center of the mix, it feels like these kind of like almost like bones clacking that sound are like the ground floor, like leaves kind of rustling in the fall wind, and above are these, I guess, mid kind of guitar sounds. They're providing a lot of like the melodic bass. There's one other instrument too that I should listen carefully for to describe this analogy fully.
He will wait until you give yourself to him.
It feels like there's a little keyboard or synth underneath. It's very, very subtle, but it's like doing these little punches into the singer's voice. This is a really interesting song so far. I don't know why. It's not like an obvious listen for me. I feel like I would need a little more time to just wrap my musical brain around it.
Yourself to him. In the starlit nights I saw you, so cruelly you kissed me. Your lips a magic world, your sky all hung with jewels. The killing moon will come too soon.
When they do that, like the killing moon, that little sound that almost reminds me of like watching a Western movie.
Will come too soon. Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin.
It's a really interesting melody.
He will wait until you give yourself to him.
by, seeing the images now remind me of earlier in this reaction when I said this sounded Japanese. I don't know why it occurred to me. I know there's a scale in Japan called the Hirajoshi scale, and I don't know the scale tones. It's a very unique one. Well, let's just look it up right now real quick for the sake of discussion. Hirajoshi scale. Can we see it on piano here? So we start at the root, then it looks like a whole step, half step, and then this is where it gets crazy. So whole step, half step, and then we have half, half, half. So 2 whole steps. There's a 2 whole step jump from the 3rd to the 4th, and then a half, and then another 1.5 jump until you return to the root. So you're already missing 2 notes in the scale, compared to like a Western scale where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 and 1 being the same. Here we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, missing literally 2 possible scale tones. It's very atypical, the Hirajoshi scale, and I guess in the beginning I felt like what was being played were those 6 notes. I didn't hear other ones. Anyways, that's my nerdiness for you. Hey there, if you're enjoying the reaction so far and would like to request one yourself, hit the link down below.
Cancel it though, I know it must be the killing time, unwillingly mine. Fate up against your will.
I like this transition a lot.
Through the thick and thin, he will wait until you give yourself to him. Against your will, through the thick and thin, he will wait until
these
you give
notes.
yourself to him. You give yourself to him.
Wow, what scale is this? Wow. I have chills. Wow. It's like acoustic melody layered on the vocal. It's super interesting. Well, there you have it. The Killing Moon by Echo and the Bunnymen. That was really an experience. I was like trying to rack my brain as to why the song wasn't immediately accessible to me and my understanding. And I think it's a confluence of things. I think first things first, the vocal melody is more unusual than what initially meets the eye. That's just a very cursory way to put it. I think if I try to explain it past what I'm able to right now, I'm just going to confuse you all. So I'm not going to go deeper. But the vocal melody is very, very interesting. And when you take that interesting vocal melody and compare it to the background, to the overall mix, I think each individual component, each individual instrument in the track, like, has this unusual pairing with the vocals. not in a way that creates any level of dissonance. I think the frequencies that are being played, they harmonize rather well, but playing each of these melodies separately, of the guitar, of the vocals, and if you layer them together, there's polyrhythms happening and there's unique harmonies that are being that are being produced as a result. And taking that into consideration when you compare that now to the drum kit underneath all of this, it's like a weird I wish I had the word. I'll try to use an analogy to describe it. Imagine like you have flax seeds in like a sack, and there are these like sacks that you can buy at stores that contain flax seeds, and you can warm them up and warm them up in the microwave and then place them on your body just for like if you're sick or something, or just for comfort. And when you shake around like the flaxseed bags, I don't know why I didn't just say bean bag. When you shake around these like bean bags, all of the little particles inside are moving around. They are moving in a flow, in a pattern, with the physics being put onto it by, the sandbag thrower, for example, but they're moving together and fluidly. But each individual component is still separate. I really don't know if any of that made sense to you guys. I really am curious how you would go on and describe this song. It is eerie a little bit. There's some ominous components going on there. That like whoosh sound earlier that I kind of said reminded me of westerns. I now think more so remind me of like horror movies, actually, where the werewolf late at night makes like a whooshing sound behind you and you turn and nothing's there. Really interesting track. It does remind me of a few songs on my Spotify playlist. I won't be able to pull them up right now. I forget the names. But they also have a kind of whooshy, ominous, airy vibe to them. They are less complex than this, but interesting nonetheless. It's an interesting genre. I'm curious what you think about this song, guys. Please put it in the comments. Subscribe if you enjoyed my reaction and my incessant ramblings today. I don't know what's going on, but if you enjoyed it, subscribe. And if you'd like to request one yourselves, hit the link down below. And as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.